Okay, so now we're going to use that information, the 5-number summary, to create what's called a box plot. And we're also going to include the 1.5 IQR rule on that plot. Okay, so we're going to draw a box plot. So the first thing to do is we're going to set up a number line, which should include the minimum and the maximum values, which they were, let's see, the minimum was 16 and 28. So you can see I've got stuff going to 29 and 15. All right. And we're going to draw vertical lines for the first quartile, the median, and the third quartile. So that's 18, 19, and 20. So that makes it easy. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to come down here and we're going to say, all right, I got a line here, 18, 19, and 20. And then we're going to turn this into a box. So this is the box part of the box plot. All right, so then we're going to determine the upper and lower fences. And again, the way we do that is that again, the IQR, this is Q3 minus Q1, which is 20 minus 18, which is 2. And so 1.5 IQRs, this is 1.5 times 2, and that's equal to 3 years. All right, so my lower fence is going to be 3 years below the box, 3 years below Q1. So this is Q1 minus the 1.5 IQR. So that's going to be 18 minus 3, which is 15. And then my upper fence, this is going to be Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. And this is my Q3 was 20, and 1.5 IQR was the 3 years, so that's going to be 23. All right. So this guy, 15, we're just going to we're not going to put him on the graph. We're just going to say, okay, I know this is the lower fence. And 23, this guy, this is the upper fence. And we're just going to keep those in mind. All right, so then it says, all right, now we're going to draw what are called whiskers. We're going to draw a couple more vertical lines and we're going to connect them with our whiskers. So we are going to draw vertical lines for the smallest and the largest values that are inside the fence. So the minimum value is 16. So 16 is inside the fence. So I know all the values on the left side are going to be inside the fence. So 16, so in between here, so inside the fences is anything between 15 and 23. If I go to the maximum, I know the maximum is 28. So that 28 is not inside my fences. So what I need to do is I'm going to draw a vertical line of the largest value in the data set that is less than or equal to 23 years old. So I'm going to have to go to the data set. Let me open this. All right, so I sorted from smallest to largest on age, and you can see that the largest value inside the box, and the box was up to 23, inside the fences, I should say, the upper fence is 23, is 23 itself. So we have some students that are 23 years old. Anything outside of that we call outliers. So I'm going to make a vertical line at 23 to say, yes, I do, let me use a pen, that I do have values up to 23, and I'm going to connect this whisker. All right. And then for the outliers, I'm going to add an asterisk at 28. And this tells me that there is at least one value of 28. So it's outside the fences. So the fences are between 15 and 23 years old. 28 years old is outside that. So according to the 1.5 IQ rule, that is an outlier. So there's my box plot. We can easily do this in StatCrunch, graph, box plot, age, All right. And in the book, they like to do it horizontally, so we can say draw boxes horizontally. And there's our box plot. It looks a little different because it's just taller. So if I smush this down like this, there you go. There's a box plot. They have a dot for the 28.